Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Grand Market Line. Today, the market is in a very settled place, but by the end of April, when the Paramount War reprints come out, it'll be in a very unsettled place. Would you today take a big risk buying these Paramount War booster boxes knowing they're going to be reprinted? Buying these singles knowing they're going to be reprinted? I believe in April, when these reprints come out, there's going to be people on both sides of the fence. The people who bought cards today early on and took the risk, or the people who waited till late April to get their cards reprinted and buy those brand new booster boxes. Will the value plummet even further at the end of April when these booster boxes come out, or is this the lowest we're going to see them? I've always heard people sell into bad news, the bad news being that reprints are coming and the value in their cards might be lost, and they always buy into good news. So, are these cards right now the lowest we're going to see them in the next month? If you've seen my previous videos, you know that I fall on the side of the fence that says now is a good time to get your cards. I'm not talking exactly today, but I'm saying in the next week or so, eye the cards you want. Watch their prices. I've been watching cards like Edward Newgate, and I've noticed that over the past month, it's been as high as $213, which we can see on this graph here. And currently it's $174 plus $1 in shipping. So to me, that's a good deal. I don't want to wait till April and see if this card bounces back up or goes any further down just because there was a few more reprints. Time will tell. We will see. I think at this point, you have to ask yourself, what is cheap for a leader? What do you think is cheap? Because Kinnymon in the past was as much as $151. Currently, you can get them for $129. That's a big discount. If it's not cheap now, when is? We have to make those decisions if we truly want to get these cards at the lowest prices possible. If you don't have an idea of when that is or a target time to go in, then I think right there you need to stop and reevaluate what you're doing and where you feel comfortable getting these cards. The next leader I have up to really drill this point home is Smoker. Smoker in the past month has been as high as $190. We can see that on the graph here. And currently it's sitting at $169. Yet again, another discount. Up next, we're going to talk about 7 leaders, ranging from the cheapest leader all the way to the most expensive leader. We're going to talk about why are some of these leaders so expensive while others are not. What are those key factors that are helping them hold their value? But before I get there, I want to mention one more point about the previous 3 leaders that we've already looked at. The last point I want to mention about the previous 3 leaders is that they are all meta relevant. We have Whitebeard, we have Kinnymon, and we have Smoker. 3 very powerful decks. We know they're very good in OPO2, and they are rumored to even extend their power through OPO3 and even into OPO4. Does a card being meta relevant help drive its price up in this game? Well, let's talk about it as we look at the next 7 leaders. First up, we have King. Currently $30, and it did nothing inside of OPO1, and it's currently doing nothing inside of OPO2. It makes sense that it's sitting at $30 currently. The only good point about this card is that leader cards are hard to get. If you want to go ahead and pick it up, I don't think it's the worst idea. They are extremely hard to get. But even still, the card is sitting at $30. Next, we have Magellan. It's getting some play in OPO2. People are having fun messing about with it. But again, its meta relevance is not there. It is not a Whitebeard or a Kinnymon or any leader like that. So sitting at $47 makes sense also. As well, another factor we have to look at is the card a fan favorite card? Magellan is not a main character, and therefore this price continues to make even more sense to me. The next 2 cards that I have up are both Crocodile and Garp. These 2 cards see some play. People bring them to their locals to have fun. They pick up some wins for them, but they're not that extremely competitive deck. However, the fact that they are playable and they're 2 characters that people enjoy seeing is why I believe that their prices go from that $50 to $70 range rather than that $30 to $40 range that we saw with both King and Magellan. We're now getting into the cards that will definitely put a dent into your wallet. We have Sanji's alternate art card here that's both blue and green. This card I have not seen a lot of people playing. However, it is a fan favorite. He's part of the Straw Hat crew. people love this guy. So it has some playability with a huge like fan love attached to it. Therefore, you see it at $87 and it starts to make a whole lot of sense to me. But this is where we start to ask ourselves, is this as low as a card as Sanji can go when it's so loved by fans? Do people just want this card to put it in their binders? Are they willing to pay $80 just to have it and look at it, collecting it as a part of one of the favorite characters of the show? I believe that this $80 mark is the lowest people are willing to go with a Straw Hat Crew member or another main character that people love that is an alternate art card and a leader card that I have up. And this is the card I hear everyone talking about. It's from OP01 Romance Dawn. There's no reprint slated that I know of regarding Romance Dawn, and that's the only way you're going to get this card. With that being said, $95 for a leader that maintains a top spot as the blue leader to go to. But even then, Don Flamingo sees plenty of play. With that being said, could leader cards like Sanji, like Don Flamingo, ever go below $80? If they can, and you believe so, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Please comment below and tell me why. Next up, we have Roanoa Zoro, sitting at the $235 mark. Currently the most expensive leader there is in the One Piece card game. He has going for him both meta relevance and he's one of the fan favorite cards. He's part of the Straw Hat Crew, one of the original members that Luffy picked up. Those two things would really drive a price up, and we can see why it's $235. The point I'm trying to make is this, is that Paramount War booster box reprints have been announced. With that information, some people have taken their cards and sold them and put them onto the market. This has driven some prices down. With cards being down in price, we have to ask ourselves, are some of these cards undervalued? If we can identify some of the characteristics we talked about earlier, such as a fan favorite card or its meta relevance, we can make better decisions when buying these cards. You've now heard two of the characteristics that I look for when deciding whether to buy a card or not. I'd love to hear from you guys and what characteristics you guys look for when you go in and buy some of the cards that you buy. Thank you all so much for watching.